Hell, whoa, oh my gosh, go away for a few weeks and I just screw up everything. Hang on here. And it's this, no. Oh my god, what am I doing? That one has to go. There and that one has to go. There. Okay, we're here. Oh my gosh, you're gone for a few weeks and like everything goes to pot. Welcome everybody, we're here. We are live, we are ready to go, and we are once again in Kerbal Space Program Hardcore Mode. This is the series in which I'm playing Kerbal Space Program in hard mode, which amongst other things does mean I cannot revert back to launch or do quick saves or anything like that. And I also did myself the further disservice of turning the rate at which I am collecting science to 30% of normal. And it's been a few weeks since I last streamed. I took 1 week off. It was planned to go ice fishing with family, which was great. And then another week that was unplanned because of coming back ill from said ice fishing trip and being sicker than a dog. But I am good now, and we are all ready to go, and we're here. This is a simple Gravioli probe. It is just here doing Gravioli Science, and it has been inserted into a high orbit about the moon, and it has collected all of, I just have the science window open here, all of the Gravioli Science that I can collect. I just did a search here for moon high gravity, and it just searches for the words. So the ones down here that are not collected is like moons, highlands, highland craters, and stuff like that. But I have collected all of the Gravioli Science that this thing is capable of transmitting. Unfortunately, I only transmitted about half of it, but that is what it is. So what I'm going to start off with is actually taking this, bringing it down to low orbit. It is biome specific, so we can get some more Gravioli Science, send that back home. How much science? I got 280 science at home, so we can start unlocking some more nodes. What we also have going is, well, thank you there. Is it Oiter Otter? I'm gonna go with that. I can barely read. The text is all too small on my screen. But thank you very much for the kind words. Yeah, so we're gonna bring this down to low orbit, and we're gonna do some more Gravioli Science. That won't take very long. I also have, and there's an alarm set up here, this SOI change coming up in just under 5 days. That is for a science module that is on its way to Minmus, which also has a Gravioli Science detector thing on it. We're going to hook that onto our Minmus Station where I already have a crew. And we're going to collect some more science there and get that science lab going and hopefully generating some science that way. And I also have open here a contract window with some of the contracts that I've been thinking of hopefully getting done in the near term, one of which is to extract ore from Minmus and deliver it to Kerbal. So I have to extract 400 units of ore, which frankly isn't all that crazy much, I don't think. I don't know, we'll see, I guess. And then take that ore and land it back on Kerbal. So I'm thinking once I get this whole Gravioli stuff sort of set up, start thinking about building some sort of outpost on the surface of Minmus, start the construction of that. That will obviously be mining ore, but also converting that into resources and all that kind of stuff. And obviously 400 units, I'll have to figure out how to do that, has to go back to Kerbal. So that is one contract. I also have this Map 8 asteroid contract, which this thing is, oh, it's done 3 out of 8, so it is working. It just takes so freaking long for it to work, but that's happening. And I also have this finish a construction of a rover on Minmus. I kind of find these fun. I've had wacky things happening with it, or you know, the game puts some sort of rover that ain't working, and you got to get it working. And I think the whole thing, yeah, just make it work. So that'll give us an excuse to bring some Kerbals down to the surface of Minmus. And then here I have to build a new surface outpost on Minmus. I'm thinking if it has to be able to hold at least 8 Kerbals, that's quite a lot. Have ISRU resource conversion unit. I would have done that anyway. 7,500 units of electric charge. That's a lot, but we can do that. Cupola module and land it on Minmus. So that's gonna keep me busy for a little bit. So I'm thinking that is that is going to keep consider it a stock series, though. I mean, obviously I do have a whole list of mods, and they're down there in the description if you want to check them out, but none of them change the gameplay, none of them change parts, none of them change, you know, any of the stuff that makes it work. So everything I do here you could do in a pure stock game. I just have some UI improvements and visual improvements and that kind of thing. Anyway, putting this onto our retrograde vector like that, that is kind of wonky and wobbly. So oh, I already have the reaction wheels turned down a lot. Turn them down even more. Okay, and I think it's 60 kilometers for our periapsis. So we're just going to give a little bit of a burn here. Get this down to below 60. I think that's the boundary between near space. There we go, about 50. And we're getting some good solar exposure, so we'll just go like this. We are in a polar orbit, so we do end up going over every single biome. I am going to put science alert up so it will chirp in when there's more science for me to collect. So we're just going to time warp down here to our periapsis. And hopefully we can get a lot of this science done. Science alert does make all this science stuff a lot. Oh yeah, I got some gravity science I could do right now. We just popped into near space, so there we go. 9.5 science, transmit that back home. I do have to watch my electricity. I don't have as much batteries as I probably should have put on this thing. Still 7 minutes away, so we'll keep going. Oh, there's another one, Highlands. Might as well. Okay, now I gotta watch my batteries. You can see them going down. I might not be able to transmit all this. Yeah, okay, so I gotta charge up my batteries before I can try that again. In the meantime, though, we'll get ready to do this. Okay, we're about 30 seconds away from our periapsis here. Our SAS turned off because our electricity died. Yeah, I should have put more batteries on it, or better solar panels, or something. I chinced out. Okay, let's just bring our apogee down. I'm thinking now apogee instead of apoapsis because I'm becoming so used to playing RP1 in the meantime. RP1 videos, by the way, do drop every other day. Wednesdays and not every other day, twice a week. That's not what every other day means. But twice a week. Wednesdays and Saturdays. So that means one tomorrow. And also I will be streaming a new game on Thursday. And that game will be Stationeers. I did a poll on that a few weeks ago. It seems like forever ago now. But that was the overwhelming choice of people, was Stationeers. Okay, we can probably afford to do a gravity scan now. Why does it say 0? For space near... What's this? Oh, is there one aboard here I still got to transmit? That's the issue. I got to transmit this one before I can do the next one. There we go. And like I had up here at the beginning of this, I can put up this guy, and we can change this to, I guess, near space. And keep track of which ones we got. Unfortunately, my batteries are going to get bad. But, you know, we got still the better part of 4 days. Okay, I got to charge my batteries up. So it's going to keep stopping, but I'm not going to do one until... Let's turn that off for a little bit until my batteries are charged up. That should be good enough. Okay, let's do one over the southwest crater. You could activate the option in the antenna to be able to transmit partially. Yeah, but I like transmitting whole bits of it at a time. That is true. Is that, can you do that from out here? Yeah, require. Is that this button here? Require complete? No, I think it always, I think it is allowing partial. I think it is I think it does require allow partial transmission. Turn that off again until my batteries are charged. Bad design. But we'll get it done. Okay, now time warp back on. We've already done the lowlands, so Midlands. I've done the Midlands. Crazy game. Says don't bug me. Oh, unless it's over. Oh, okay. I gotta set this to be. Yeah, it's got to be over 10. Don't bug me unless it's over 10. There we go. Or over 9 even. That's good. Okay, let's try that again. Now it won't bug me unless it can do a full transmit. Okay, Gravioli Science. Another 10.1. That one's over the poles. This won't take long because we're going to get a lot of this low-lying fruit quick. Okay, now I got to charge up again. And then it'll be just hunting down the stray ones. All right. Over the Midland craters. Doing this without, like, the aid, though, of... It's a big pain. I like having the science alert thing. Okay. That is almost transmitted. Turn the time warp off. Okay. Charge up the batteries again. Keep deactivating the mouse every time I click on a button here. Okay. Time warp back on. I have time warp put to mouse buttons, so that's why I deactivate the mouse. Suddenly I can't time warp. All right. What's going to be our next one? Polar lowlands. Oops. Oh, I just lost polar lowlands. Shoot. Was there for a second and then I screwed up with which button to push. Probably come back. There it is. Oh. Don't do that to me. It's just... There it is. Go. No, that's poles again. We're like popping in and out of polar lowlands here. Why aren't you stopping time warping? It's not stopping the way it's supposed to. Okay, poles. Polar lowlands is putting up a fight. I think I lost the polar lowlands. Okay, that's fine. Southwest craters dot, I guess. Oh, wait. We got some in here? Oh, shoot. Review data. Ah, trash that. Okay, my mistake. Let's try this again. Okay, polar crater. Let's start time warping again. See, now it's probably going to charge up a good... Okay, polar lowlands. Let's grab that, but not transmit it for now. So just hold it. Charge up our batteries. That should do it. And then I can take this, we can review the data and transmit that. Again, it's just a little over half that gets transmitted. It'd be nice. You know, I guess you could come here with a Kerbal and just collect it all, or have some, you know, science return probe. That might have been a better idea than what I'm doing now. If I thought about it ahead of time, that would have been a very good idea, is to put one of those science return things on this guy and get out here and bring all this science back. It would have been a lot more, but, you know, planning things out properly is not exactly one of my super strengths. All right, we should be getting, see now now we're looking for the strays. What do we still got left? We got Moon's Midlands. How can that be? Okay, twin craters. Transmit that. How can the Moon's Midlands be one that's hard to get? That's a little surprising. I mean, some of these aren't so surprising, but... Far side crater. Gravity scan near the Moon's Midlands. I'm pretty sure I've been seeing that pop up here. There. Was there. Okay, we'll just... I'm not going to puzzle about it too much. Sup? What's up? I'm doing gravity scans in space near the moon. And trying to just transmit and get these all back home. And try and shore up the amount of science that I have so we can do some more part unlocks. I also have, and this is kind of, I'm thinking now more kind of end game for this. I do have, sorry, did I just do craters? Losing track of what I'm doing. I do have contracts to go to Ike, I think. Ike or Duna. And I'm thinking like kind of end game type of stuff. I do have one to do, land an A-class asteroid. I have to come back to the moon sometime. There it is. Extract ore from Ike and deliver that to Duna. That sounds to me like fun. So I'm thinking of, so kind of an Ike Duna. And then I'm thinking that might be the kind of thing that might finish off the game as far as the tech tree goes. Then I might be thinking about some other kind of combination of mods and things to do. Maybe the Moon's Midlands is less than 9.5. It is less than 9. Why is the Moon's... No. I don't know. Oh, no, it says I got 9.5, but it's not... That's weird. The bar's not there. It says I got... I don't know if you can see it on YouTube, but it says I got 9.5 of the 19.8. But the rest of these have 10 point... I'm confused. Okay, here's Moon's Midlands. Stop. I'm on the Moon's Midlands. Let's... What do I get if I log a gravity scan here? Yeah, there's nothing to get. It's just the bar's not here. What if I review that data and transmit even though there's nothing there? I just want to get the bar. That's just my pedanticness coming in. I want to see that bar. Time warp that away. I am so confused with that. How does that work? How do I got a green bar there now like I have it all? It's confused. There's no way that's right. Here, I'm over the Highlands. What happens if I do the Highlands? So log gravity. There's 8.8, but I shouldn't be able to transmit it. But if I do that... There's no way 8.8's going home. Something's broken then. I'm just going to watch this. I'm looking at my science. Right here. It went up a little bit. But then this is full green. What if I log this again? Okay. The X science thing is messed up. I'm not worrying about it anymore. It's something's weird here. Something's messed up. I'm not worried about it. Okay, that is the east. What is that? The East Farside Crater or something like that. I don't know why I opened that. I didn't mean to. We're getting stuff. What do we got? We still got the Northern Basin. We got the Northwest Crater. We got the East Farside Crater. There's the Northern Basin. And that's going to be it. So just a few more. Northwest Crater, canyons, and there's the canyons. Two more. Yeah, I really should have built this gather and return. So if you're doing this in your own game and you want to do an uncrewed, build this, put one of those science return containers. I can't remember exactly what it calls, those experimental storage containers. Just store everything into that, bring it back, put a parachute on it, and bring it down to Kerbal surface. You'll do much better than I'm doing. Alright, just Northwest Crater, we're done. I think that's the last one. That is the last one. There and there. Okay, we're done. We are now up to 442 science, so that's a little bit exciting. But what we're going to do instead is we're going to go to this, and we're going to switch to our ship. And we're going to get this module. This is a science module. It does have some Gravioli Science on it somewhere, doesn't it? I thought I stuck that on there some. Oh, there it is, hiding right there. And so we're going to bring this to Minmus. And we're like 2 days away from Minmus. So, oh, there it is. There's Minmus coming at us. Very slowly. Hello, Brian. I know I'm slow on this one. And Old Scent, welcome. Okay, let's just cross over here. We'll just do an old warp to here type of deal. And we have ourselves a station that we're going to have to rendezvous this with. And I just remembered as well, I have this backwards, so I got to figure out the part I want to attach to the station is that docking port. I have this thing at the wrong end, so we'll decide how we're going to do this. In the meantime, more gravity science. This is the first time I've had the Gravioli detector around Minmus, so we can transmit this. And while it's transmitting, we'll take a look at our encounter here and try and see what we can do about this. So, let's focus this on Minmus. Here's our station that we're rendezvousing in. We're coming in at a pretty oblique angle. Let's turn off everything else. We don't have to look at that. I can see I want to come radially, kind of push this up a bit. That would be radially out, would it not? I would think it would be. Where's our mode? I probably can just do that with RCS. Let's do that with RCS. So, RCS on. A little bit of... Yeah, that's it. Just have it so that the two orbits are just crossing around there. Perfect. And let's set ourselves up in encounter. So we're going to do a... I think I'm going to combine, because it's Minmus and you can get away with this, I think I'm going to combine both the rendezvous and the plane change into a single burn. So what is this angle here? 71 degrees. Do I have to come this way? Does that make it better? Yes, it does. And then a little retrograde again. I have a lot of, I have a ton of fuel. I don't need to worry about stuff. So a little retrograde, a little normal this way, a little retrograde, a little normal this way. Minmus is like so friendly with this kind of stuff. Okay, am I moving those close? Yeah, I am. So let's bring this right down. I'm looking at that orange close encounter indicator going round and round and round. Oh. For whatever reason. Oh, I got to go anti-normal back. Prograde. I don't know what that warning just was. Okay, let's make this work. If I give more... They are moving, aren't they? Yeah. There we go. So I'm watching the close encounter indicator, but I also want to watch this inclination. Now, if the inclination is a little bit off, that's hardly a big deal. Because you can make the rest of the inclination change when you're nearby. And of course, me saying it's not a big deal, what do? I keep fiddling with it. Let's just stop. That's pretty good. So we have an inclination difference of 0.8 degrees. Let's get this rendezvous nice and close. 0.7 or 1.7 kilometer separation there. I don't know if you can see it, but 0.7, 0.4. 0.4 kilometers. That's fine. Let's do that one. Any science tip that you can give me? I'm a tartar in the career normal mode. I'm not quite sure what that means. There is more science out there when you're starting the game. Excuse me. There's more science out there than you think there is. That's my biggest advice I can give to people is people struggle with science. I do have a video out there which just like, here's 5 missions that's going to get you a whole lot of science that you can do really easily at the beginning of your games if you're in a career mode. That's the thing is just don't think about grinding out every little bit of science. Just think about how can I go further than I did before. But there's a lot of science. The science is, I would describe it as a little weird. Sorry, I'm arranging for solar panels. I'm thinking at the same time. The science is counterintuitive is the word I'm going to use for how to collect it. You think you can't collect more, but you can. If you can find my video, which is just, I think I just called it early game science. I think that lays it out pretty quick. And then once you get it, and then it's easy. I don't know if that's helpful. I hope it is. Anyway, we're going to time warp down to Minmus here, and we're going to be collecting science as actually, one thing. Sorry. I can take this Gravioli Science thing, and I can... Oh, I can't convert it to data. Shoot. And I can't... Okay, I can't. I have to just transmit, because there's no Kerbals aboard. Okay. So we'll transmit what we can. Here's over the Minmus's Highlands. There's a lot more electricity aboard this thing. So I don't have to worry about the electricity going away. The science, some people find this, the science lab can generate so much science, but it does so over time. So you can kind of cheese it. By, you know, getting the science lab going and then just time warping, because time doesn't really mean a lot in this game. I personally don't like to do that, but if you take a science lab on an interplanetary mission, Like, you can get so much science because the interplanetary mission is guaranteed to take months. Like, that is just generates so much science right there because you have to use up the time anyway. And I did it in this game because, frankly, I'm finding science not easy to come by as it is. So I'm not feeling too bad about kind of cheesing things a little bit. Okay, still time warping. You know, I could use the little time warp button here, can't I? It'll stop. Was it stopping? I'm a minute away. Okay. I don't know if it just blew by, but I think maybe I just got a lot of science. Oh, there's more. Over Minmus's poles, transmit that. We'll get ready to do the burn. I'm going to put this on the approach info because we're going to set up our approach to, you know, our thing. The lights on, yep. The science lab is kind of OP. It is. Like, when you're playing with in normal difficulty, you can just kind of blow the top right off of the tech tree with one interplanetary mission and a science lab. So some people do consider it quite OP. Here we go. But I'm kind of getting to the point, I mean, what am I at? Episode 63 or something like that? I'm kind of getting to the point where I kind of want to start thinking about the end for this series and start thinking about doing a different combination of mods on Kerbal Space Program. But I kind of want to try and come to a more kind of natural ending. Okay. Now I'm seeing... Oh, wait, there it is. 571 meters. Okay, let's try a little RCS here. That overdid it. Okay, 500 meters is fine. Sorry, I was seeing this distance of 97 kilometers. Oh, what? And then I looked over here. 500 meters. Okay, so we're going to be within 500 meters in a couple of hours. So that is cool. Let's rotate these for solar panel purposes. And then, so, and again, for people that are new and kind of what I did, I set up this elliptical orbit here. So, and there's our station here. So we're going to come around. We're going to waste a little bit of time up here because we'll be going slower up here than the station is going. Our period is longer. It takes us longer to go around. We're going to go around once and the station's going to around once and then another time. And we'll meet up right there. That's the plan. Okay, we got Minmus's flats here. So set that up. So you can see how this works. Thank you. Thank you, Brian. I am feeling quite a bit better. I did try and do some recording last week just as a test, and I couldn't go more than a minute or two without breaking into some sort of coughing fit. And I didn't think that really worked very well. So I decided the better plan would be to not put everybody through that. All right, coming towards here, our target. Again, an hour, a little over an hour. Telling us down here an hour and 10 minutes. Change the camera a little bit. Time warp some more. Still, all of this is in high space, and I'm pretty sure the station is in high space too. So that's a little unfortunate. I can see our station coming around below us. If you're never seeing, just again for people that are new, if you're not seeing the waypoint for your target like that, F4 toggles that on and off. It has a tendency to just turn itself off. I don't really understand why, but it's kind of annoying. Okay. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, it switched to orbit for whatever reason. No, that's right. Oh, no, there it is. 4 minutes. We're 4 minutes away. Relative speed of the target's only about 23 meters per second, so that's nice. About a minute away. Let's swing this around onto the target. Gonna push this retrograde icon towards the anti-target icon. That should close our distance even more. Go 144 meters now separation. And for those people that are just catching this series for the first time, this station is attached to an asteroid. That is something that I did because I thought, why not? Why not attach it to an asteroid? Oh, this... Okay, the camera's doing this because they're coming over the pole. Oh, yes. I thought I was going by the target there for a little bit. I thought I was blowing by it, but it was just because I was coming over a pole that the camera was doing that. That was a little annoying. So this is, thankfully, it's Minmus Station. And we got to figure out how we're going to dock this thing. I'm thinking, like, my two options are to disconnect this little tug. It is on a docking port, so maybe that might be the simplest plan. Disconnect the little tug and bring it around and attach on this end. The other option would be disconnect the little tug, bring the Kerbal spaceship, I think I called it the Karayan, over, and have it attached to it and push it over. But let's see what happens if I just try and do this with the tug. And my asteroid is spinning. Do you see that? Okay, I just time warped and stopped the spinning because I wasn't going to abide by that. I could have stopped it, I suppose. There are reaction wheels on the target. Okay, wait. This is my... I gotta figure this out. Set that docking port as a target. It's going to the asteroid. I don't want to do that. And I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put this thing. I'm thinking I'm gonna put it probably off of this docking port here. So set that one as a target. And probably what I should think about doing is really just bringing this to a relative stop. Let's close this for now. Yeah, I'm still going more towards the asteroid, aren't I? Ah, don't hit it. Okay, I want to get a little further away. Okay, let me just try to figure out which way to push this. Okay, whoa. No, what am I? Stop it. Okay, RCS, back away. There. Bad spaceship. Don't hit the rock. What are you doing hitting the rock? Okay. So we're just going to get a more comfortable distance away from this asteroid, and then we'll try the docking. We'll see how all this goes. And we got a bunch of Kerbals aboard. We got an engineer with struts. We'll get it all nice and stiff for us. Okay. Okay, so RCS. Okay, that's probably pretty good. Let's control from here. I got a plan here. Control from this docking port. Spin this around so that the docking ports are roughly pointing towards. That's the docking port I actually want to dock with. So we're roughly going the way I want to go. And I'm going to... Oh, I can't retract those solar panels. I'm going to undock here. We're going to bring this around and attach it to here. And hopefully this won't turn into a giant, you know, foobar. So we're going to undock. There we go. We're going to back away. Okay, and we're going to go to one side here. That way. That's a good way. Away from the dock, or from the solar panels. Try not to clip anything as we go by. And we're going for this docking port right here. Set that as a target. Control from that one. Okay. A little forward. So all I did was move the prograde icon to be on the bird icon on the Navball, and that means that I am now moving just forward, no sideways motion. And then we'll spin this around. Like so. This is well controlled. Yep, that way. Bring us towards the docking port. Okay, and I'm looking more at the Navball here. There's our target. There's my prograde vector. That has me going, I think, pretty much in the right direction. A little more forward. There we go. Okay, and next we can turn this engine off. That's not serving any purpose. Control from this one. And set this guy here as a target. And try our bestest not to hit the asteroid itself. So that's aimed right at it. What if I go a little this way? Yeah, that feels good. A little that way. So a little velocity here. It's a little wonky. Aim here. Aim our camera here. I think it's okay. Biggest thing I was worried about was like clipping the solar panel on the rock. Trying to slow her down a little bit. And this station's also equipped with a lander, as you can see right here, and it's got plenty of fuel too. Over there's the ship that actually brought the asteroid here. That plunked it from interplanetary space. Okay. There we go. And how does that look? I think it looks pretty good. I think so. And here are our residents of this station. The station seems a little cockeyed right now, but we'll deal with that. So one thing I want to do is I want to add some struts from this to here. I always like to strut across the docking ports. It really helps to and also turn off these reaction wheels right here. Toggle that torque. It really helps to get the station nice and stiff. So that's our lander. This is our vessel that brought us from Kerbal to here and will bring us back to Kerbal. Yeah, pretty good. So who's our engineer here? Fuzzy One's our engineer. Fuzzy One will come out and we'll do some science and get that lab going too. Okay, do I have struts? I certainly should have struts. I do. I have lots of struts. Tons of struts. Can he do some Actually, let's... Oh no, he can do this just from hanging on to the ladder on here. I was going to use this little ladder bit, but I don't need that. So can I do... How far can he reach? Can I reach from here to here? Oh yeah, I got it. So we'll do a strut like this. And we'll do a strut across the other side. Like so. I think this one will be a longer one. I'll reach all the way to here. Now, can he really reach all the way to the opposite side? That would be funny. Now I get a little, I don't know if this is fair on my part or not, but I get a little nervous about extending struts across two docking ports. So I'm not going to do a strut from here across to here. I don't know why that makes me nervous. It feels like a Kraken invitation, even though it might not be. But I'm not sure I can reach this far anyway. Maybe he can. Oh, it does look like he can. No, it's too far. That's cool. So, up we go. Actually, can he... Where is... Can I put a strut into here? No, it's too big. Okay, he just grabbed on there. And all the struts are out of reach right now. Okay, let's try this again. This is really hard. Like, it's just so many objects in the way. Okay. What if I moved a strut from here to the mobile processing lab? That works. And now I want to put a strut from... Boy, can I put it here? From there to there. There we go. Okay, and then we're going to remove these RCS blocks just for aesthetics. Make everything nice and clean. Okay, and we can board. All right. And how do I want to orient this thing? Let's control this. What is my control point? I don't know. If I controlled from here and put that, it is moving. I think I got like one set of reaction wheels moving everything. I'm just trying to make the main body here parallel to that galaxy. That's my goal. I think I'm succeeding generally in that direction. So like that. Trying to stop it. Stop it. Momentum. There's a lot of momentum here. Oh my gosh. I should turn this to here. I'm just stomped on the yaw here. Trying to just pull this back onto the 90 line. Doesn't help that I don't have any sun. I just want to get good solar exposure because when we start processing the science, speaking of which, I should get this up. Just lock it onto that normal vector. All right, so let's see what science we can do. There's a bit of a mystery goo kicking around. I want to just start loading science into that science bay. So I need to put the scientists in there. That's the issue. So where are my scientists? Bob, where are you? I don't even know. Transfer crew. Nobody's in there. Maybe they're down here. Transfer crew. Up. Oh, boy. It's way at the bottom. Bob, into the science lab you go. Who's my other scientist? Zabinus. Transfer crew. Into the science lab you go. Okay. Selected part to transfer Zabinus to... Yeah, I'm trying to... Is it full? I can't tell where people are. Okay, let's look inside. Okay, there's Bob. Oh, there are two people in here. Who's in here then? Okay, why can't it... Okay, hit escape to cancel. Okay, transfer crew. Fuzzy One, you don't belong... Oh, I just put you in there. Fuzzy One can go down here. Okay, now this is making more sense. And then Zabinus up here. Okay, so now I should be able to do a mystery goo, and I should be able to process the data in the lab. And then we're going to do a gravity scan, and we're going to protest that data into the lab. And we're going to do a material study. I don't even know where this stuff is, and process that data. And we're going to do a magnetometer report. Magnetometer is somewhere. Yep, and process that data. And we're going to do another gravity scan, and we're going to keep that data. And we now have 93 data in here. We can clean our experiments up. It's nice. You don't have to EVA the Kerbals. I don't even know where the heck the materials bay is and stuff. Oh, they're probably on the lander. Yeah. And I can also start my research. So they're now producing 1.38 science a day, but we can definitely do better. I can also level up the crew. Can any crew level up? Oh, Fuzzy One is now a level 2 engineer, and Warren is now a level 2 pilot. Nice. Okay, let's do some sciencing here. We do an EVA report. Yep, and even though there's no science here to get, what you can do is you can board with it. And if you go and review that data, You can transfer that, even though there's no science. You can transfer that into data points and get even more science. Let's get ourselves into the sun a bit. I think I need to collect the science from the gravity scanner. Actually, what I should do, where is that grav? There it is. I should mount the gravity scanner. Take that data. Log another one. Grab that. Can transfer that to data 2. Yep. Log even more. Grab that. Store it all over here. Eventually, we will be... I think there should be still sign. Did I grab the data from it? I'm losing track of stuff. Take data. There we go. Board. Okay. Let's take fuzzy one. And grab that gravity scanner. And we're going to put it on the lander so that one time we'll go down to the Minmus, or down to the surface of Minmus at some point. And we'll do gravity scans on the surface. But if I don't do this now, I will forget, and then I'll be angry at myself. So go into buildy mob mode. Can I just grab this and stick it here? I can. There we go. Find a good spot on that station there, or on that lander. A good little lander. Pretty crammed full of stuff. Stick it right here. Give that a laser. Nice. Okay. Board. Okay. I want to get this in the sun so I can finish with my getting the solar panels well exposed. There we are. So what I want to do is just tilt it. I'm going to follow this 90-degree line. I think I'm moving. Oh, I am moving, but not the way I want. Maybe I should be turning on some more reaction wheels. What are these wheels? They are disabled. Let's toggle those on. Oh, I'm hitting the wrong button. There. No, 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 not owl strutting. Jeepers creepers. Now they're running. Get a little bit more torque on this. I just want this to be due north-south on the screen. I think I'm pretty close. You know, so that no... Oh, no, 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 no. Shoot. That's the way. No, I'm not convinced I'm doing anything right here. Let's just lock it to the normal vector and call it a day. If I select this one as a target, I am making this so confusing. Or control from that docking port. Okay, this makes more sense. Now if I put it on the north-south circle. because I was controlling it from this guy. Okay, and now I should be able to follow that north-south circle and straighten this up. So the north-south circle is the one that goes from 0 through the 180 degrees and then around the Navball. Oh, this really doesn't want to turn. Who would think, no, I'm going the wrong way. Now I can see it. Who would think lugging around an asteroid would be a good, you know, so awkward. Oh, I can do another gravity scan. Let's process that. Let's notice that came up. And then I can do another gravity scan and keep it. So at some point, our Kerbals will take it back. What's the idea? Maybe I should have kept the RCS on. I don't think it's at all clear what I'm trying to do. Okay. It's just like I stomp on going in one direction and then it takes... Here, I should just time warp. And that stops the rotation. I know that's a little bit of a cheat, but I should just live with my cheating. I just build up momentum in one direction and it becomes hard to stop. There. That's pretty good. I think that's pretty good. What's the percentage exposure on that? The 100%. Okay. That is my... Oh, shoot. I still got this selected for the normal... That's why it keeps going off. I had this locked to the normal vector still. Dope. That's what was fighting me. Okay, good enough. Just stop. Stop, stop, stop. Go out, collect some more. Why is Oh, I'm time warping. There we go. I did not do a good job of straightening this out at all. Want to collect... Actually, now that I think about it, storing it in the science lab's not a good idea because I'm guaranteed to forget to bring this back to Kerbin. So I'm going to take that data. I'm going to take the data... from here. Can I do another EVA report? Nope. Okay. And we're going to store this in the Karayan so that my odds of forgetting it are less. Store it all there. Because that stuff has to all go back to Kerbin. Okay. Whew. All right. So where are we at with the science lab? Are we still... We are now producing 2 science a day. I can do another gravity scans. You can see how much these add up. Process that one. Do another one. Keep it. Bob. Get out there, but I'm only going to do this for so long. It does turn into a bit of a grind. Take it. Whoa, 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 whoa. Crazy man. Oh, I'm out of control. What the heck? Why is he... There we go. He almost lost Bob. Hello, is it Tuner 41? Welcome. We are trying to do what we can to collect science up here. Store that. All right, I gotta call this at some point for just getting a little bit too silly. So right now we are generating 2.2629 science per day. We have 154 data. We can hold up to 750 data, and they are busy processing science, but we'll let them do that for a little bit. But what I want to do is, if I take a look at my contracts, let's close this for a little bit. I do have this contract somewhere. Where did I hide it? This constructing a rover, or fixing a rover. So there's a rover called the Minmus Explorer OZCM that is on Minmus. I want to take a look-see at it. So if we turn on, because that's something these guys can do. This is my unfinished rover. Let's switch to it. We got to figure out why it's not working. And then we need those peoples that we have on the station to go and do something about it. So here's our rover. It's got a nice, oh, it's it's cutie. Oh, it's got a resource scanner on it, and the, like, nope. This might actually be even a useful, wow, no, because I doubt it's anywhere near that's useful. And this is the detecting resources nearby device. It's got an antenna that we can extend. No, we can't, because we have no control on it. Why do we have no control? It's got electric charge, but it's got no signal. Oh, because the antenna's not extended. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? It's also got, does it have any kind of probe body on it? It's got fuel cells on it, but no fuel. Oh wait, what's back here? Here, close the contract window. An Oscar B fuel tank with liquid fuel and oxidizer. We have a fuel cell here. I'm assuming it uses liquid fuel and oxidizer, or else why else would you have liquid fuel and oxidizer on it? But I have no, so I gotta land at it, I think is what I got. I'm just trying to figure out, is there something it needs so I can move it? It's got batteries, but it's using up its charge pretty quick. Well, one thing that, of course, doesn't help is that that light is on. Can I turn that light off? No, I can't do anything. All right. Tell you what we'll do. Let's get back to our station. It's got no probe core. I noticed that too. Yeah, you're right. A Kerbal could just simply raise the antenna, but I don't think it had a probe core, so I don't think you can control it anyway. So I think what I need to do is attach a probe core to it. Now, here's the question. Is it possible to salvage parts off of what we have here on the station? Like, for instance, oh no, but the probe cores are always the root parts. You can never use construction mode to get the root parts out. I think what I need to do is bring up a probe core. Bring some solar panels and stuff, yeah. But I think I need to bring up a probe core, because I don't think it had a probe core on it. And I don't think I can take a probe core off of any of this because, oh, maybe I can. Okay, there's fuel in here. Can I steal this fuel? Where's, Okay, there's liquid fuel, oxidizer container, sorry. I was going to see if I can steal some of this fuel. Oh, look at all the oxidizer. Is this guy this empty? Sure looks like it. Hang on. I think I ran into this before where I couldn't transfer resources. Remember this? I don't know why on this thing I'm having so much trouble with resource transferring. I know I had this in a previous stage, and I can't for the life of me. I mean, this is part of the issue. I'm looking at all these if I need to enable crossfeed, but all these have the crossfeed enabled. Yep. Like, why? Oh, wait, here we go. Okay, never mind, never mind. We can transfer some fuel. So let's fill up our lander. This lander, I think, has a lot of very annoying fuel cans. I remember this. I remember being, why did I build it this way? Oxidizer. Okay, out. Out. Okay, never mind. It's working. I could use a probe core from the booster. That's what I was thinking. Sometimes the game, though, when you're in construction mode, has trouble with root parts. And the probe core, very good chance that it was the root part. But I am thinking of maybe dismantling this one. I think that'd be my only spare probe core. So that's why what I'm doing is I'm transferring fuel into the lander. We're going to fill up the lander, and then I'm going to transfer the fuel out of this to here. That's my plan. As long as they're attached to the station, there's only one root part. Okay, that makes sense. Okay, so that should be the lander completely full. I just want to verify that. So bear with me for a moment. So the lander should now be totally full. If it's full of oxidizer, it's full. Yeah, I didn't miss a can. Okay, so that's good. So next, I want to take this can and transfer to this can. In. And that just stole all the fuel. So that's cool. Okay, Fuzzy One, are you ready to be destructive? There is a probe core right there. The Octo 2 probe core. Unfortunately, it's kind of buried in there. You may have some trouble getting to it. I think what I need to do is undock. And then get Fuzzy One. And Fuzzy One's going to go chase this thing down, see if we can pull it apart. Oh, I should have grabbed one of those ladder parts. They're the most useful. Come on, grab it. Oh, I'm not in construction. Here, get down. Grab that. Construction mode. Take that with you. That's it. Good boy. Okay. See if we can do something with this. So, go into construction mode, take that, go there. That gives them something to hold on to. Once we get close enough, there we go. All right, can we pull this apart? I don't think you need to break this stuff. You should be able, you should have a big Probodyne Rove mate on the Rover already. I didn't see no Rove mate on the Rover already. I didn't see anything. So that's why I'm thinking of pulling this apart. Do you think I should take a look at it again? I'm perfectly willing to try. I can't pull that out. Oh, I can pull the battery out. I can attach it there. Yeah, I don't know if it's going to let me. Yeah, I don't think it's going to let me grab that. Because I think it sees it as... Oh, especially now that I've docked again. Of course, it's now the root part. Maybe now... Hang on. So maybe the undocking was a bad idea. Hang on, Fuzzy One. Fuzzy One's taking this for a ride. Oh, I have reaction wheel. Oh, I disabled the reaction wheel. Shoot, and the thrust is all unbalanced. Toggle the torque. Okay, get back. Ah, get on there. I'll go check again and see if there was any kind of probe core on there, but I didn't think there was. There we go. Okay, now let's get back on Fuzzy One. Can he now grab this thing? Construction mode. Cannot detach Probodyne Octo because it has parts attached to it. So I think I might need to give this up. I think I do. I might have to bring up a probe core. That's what I'm thinking. Okay, I'll go take a look at the... Let's get Fuzzy One back aboard here. Attach that back to here. Close this. All right, what are people saying in the chat there? Okay. Yeah, it would not let me. I don't think it's going to let me take that probe core off of that. Oh, cannot. Oh, yeah, of course this one's full. It's full of scientists. You need to come down here. All right, let's take one more look at the rover and make sure I'm not missing something, but I really do think it needs to have a probe core. Switch to. Put the battery back before you fire that engine. I took all the fuel out, Oliver, so I won't have to fire that engine up. But yeah, I did stick a battery on the back of it. Okay, let's look at this again. I think this is why I only have the little... I don't even have a message saying no signal, right? I have nothing here because I don't think this thing has a probe core. No, it doesn't. This is just a girder in the middle. And then batteries and fuel cells. And then, yeah. So I got to bring a probe core to this. All right. All right. Okay, let's get back to the station. Let's think about the plan. Let's think about the plan. So, let's get rid of the... Can I get rid... Oh my god, this thing's a mess now. I got a cowling over that. I think you're right. I think I should put the battery back. It has a little bit of monoprop, but I don't know if there's enough to deorbit this thing. This is the problem with construction mode, is you actually can just make your life... You can mess things up so badly. It's almost dangerous. So somewhere, there's the battery. And they put a shroud around it. Oh, that's weird. Oh, that seemed to work. It's almost too powerful. Or a pilot seat. Yep, I could put a something on it. That's, yeah. But I'm thinking just a probe core. But But yeah, you could put a command seat on it. I'll think about it. I want to get rid of this thing. It's cluttering my station. So I'm just going to very little, like, dude, stop. Dude, stop. I'm sure that's enough. Let's get rid. Now that I don't think there's anything useful on here for me, I'm just going to get rid of it. Okay. Oh, activate engine. And that's a negative periapsis, so that thing's going to crash. Okay, let's get back to the Space Center. We'll leave these guys to work. It doesn't have, yeah, the lander doesn't have reaction wheels too, but all you have to do is move it. Like, you know. So what I'm thinking, I'm gonna have to send a delivery package. So I'm gonna just do an octo probe core for my own octo probe core-ness, right? And put some kind of storage container on it. Like this. And then inside the storage container, can I put another octo? Yep. And can I put in a set of reaction wheels? Yep. There. I mean, I think that will get it working. Now we'll have a Kerbal raise the antenna. I mean, the other option is to put in a command seat, but then a Kerbal has to drive it. I think this might be simpler. Where are the command seats? I've not unlocked command seats yet. I don't think I've... Oh, there they are. They're too big. They might be too big. Throw these away. That's the other option. Like one of those. I could put on two. Then a Kerbal just needs to get in and go. That might be more fun. Let's do that. Let's do that. Let's put on a couple of those. So we just need to send a little... This is like a little care package to go up there. So I'm going to put some reaction wheels onto this. Like so. We got to go to Minmus. So I got to make myself a little bit of a budget. Getting my little budget screen out here. If you are sending more stuff up, might be worth seeing if you can send a science recorder unit to attach to the return vessel to let you grab all the science around the station. That's true, and then I don't have to bring Kerbals back. That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea at all. Like one of... I use these things so rarely. This guy, the experimental storage unit. Put like that on there. The storage doesn't matter, so why don't we stick the storage... Here, we'll figure this out. But then I could just put a parachute in a heat shield, like, you know, here we go. Parachute on top. Where's the little teeny tiny parachute? Where's the little one? There it is. Oh, I have WASD installed. I forgot about that. Oh, I'm getting... Oh, no. Okay. There. I got a mod installed which changes the way the camera works. I'm not sure if I like it or not. But if I hit 5, you can go back and forth between the two modes. So if this could be a little return parcel, do you know what I mean? And put a heat shield on it. And then I can put the science that's in the station on it. Is that what your people are thinking? Like that? Little decoupler under there. And then that under there. Okay. Better probe cores can do the science containment too. They can? I didn't know that. Really? Like, by better, how much better? Like, I think the best one I got is this one, the Probo Hex one. It can store science in it. I didn't even know that. Why is that on? This one? That's my best one. Does it say something about that? Because that's news to me. I'm not saying that it doesn't, but... Anyway, I don't know. This is something. It's a thing. What I need to do, I need to make a DV budget to get this thing to Minmus, and I guess to get it back too. So it's going to be, let's see, transfer to Minmus is 930 meters per second. It's getting out of calculator. The capture around Minmus is 150. And then it's 150 to come back again. So that's 1230. Give yourself some wiggle room. 15. Let's make something that holds like 2500. Let's build a fairing around the bottom. I'm thinking about 2500 meters per second on this. Let's put on maybe one of these. A little spark. What does that do for me? Oh my gosh, there's a guess. There's a guess. 2500 meters per second. Yeah. Let's put a engine plate on this, so that won't be so hard. And then the idea of this is just I'm gonna build a fairing around this guy. That's gotta go here. That fairing will be deployed at some point. That goes there, that goes there. So this little guy returns. This goes out to Minmus. It's got what it needs. I think it's fine. And now we just build a booster under this. So that plus another 36. Get about 5,000 meters per second at delta V. Maybe a little more. Where are the 1.25 meter parts? That's the jumbo parts. I don't think I need to go that big. Like you. That's what I'm thinking about. So we can make this a lot shorter. Perfect. And like a swivel. I think it needs a little more, but I got a lot of thrust on the bottom, so I don't think more is going to be a problem. Just go a lot more. That's a lot more. That's probably a little too much. One of those, and one of these, and one of these. Maybe I don't need one of these. Sure. Stick some reaction wheels in here. Put some tail fins on the bottom. About 5,200 meters per second. Build the fairing. There we go. Always gotta make them shiny. Up the force. Clamshell deploy. I think I need a little bit more fuel. I think I didn't need to take off this guy. Just put that back on. There we go. The KSP wiki says that the Hex 2 and RC class probes have their own experimental storage unit. I had no idea. So the Hex 2 is this guy. No, yeah, that's this guy. I had no idea that. Neat. Okay, I'm going to kind of stick with the plan right now, but that's something to keep in mind for the future, that's for sure. Let's make this a shiny rocket. Shiny rockets. We like them shiny. Can I do it with the, oh, nope. I can only adjust the length. So, just really quickly slapping this together. I was thinking, do I need to put a docking port on it? I don't think I do. I think I can just hover around the station and get an engineer to kind of just grab it, rather than to put a docking port on it. That's what I'm thinking. There we go. Yeah, always stuff to learn in this game. That's absolutely true. This is a Minmus supply run. There we go. I'm just trying to think. So all I put in here are the 2 command seats. That's it. So 2 command seats, and I'm thinking probably, and the more I think about it, the more I think a docking port's probably not a bad idea. Oh, but then I gotta put, nah, forget it. I was thinking of transferring the science, but I can get a scientist to do that. I think it's good. Let's just do it. Let's just do it. I'm looking at time. Yeah, let's do it. We're gonna throw caution to the wind. We're just gonna do it. Boom. Let's go. Let's go, let's go, let's go. Caution to the wind, caution to the wind. The other thing I should be sending to Minmus is some sort of resource scanner too. I should be sending that to Minmus. But one thing at a time. Okay, so set Minmus as a target. I got my Kerbal engineer HUD that is telling me I am 2 hours and 58. Did I just miss a window of opportunity to Minmus? Oh, screw it. We're close enough. Let's just go to the north and just do it. Okay? So I'm not going to... So there and there. And Kerbal engineer, go off, please. We just missed our launch window, and there's another one coming up in just under 3 hours, but honestly, that's close enough. So let's just do it. So boom. Off we go. We got to go 6 degrees towards north to do our best to match Minmus's sphere of influence. Or sphere of influence, what am I talking about? The orbital plane. I'm just throwing words around like a word salad. I'm not thinking at all. 90 minus 6 is 84 minus 3 more. I want a heading of about 83 degrees. Okay, let's lock that to prograde. A little further north or south. It always throws me that north is at the bottom of the Navball. Does anybody else get thrown by that? I mean, I totally understand why. Just trying to get that heading to be 83. Shiny rocket! Shiny rocket going to Minmus. Okay, reducing throttle. I just realized as well, I don't know. I just threw the fairing right here. Normally I put the fairing on an action group. I could do that right now. Where's that action group tool? That one. Pauses the game anyway. I click the fairing and go to the action group 5 and say deploy. That's all good. And now I can take the fairing off and put it up there, and I can just stage the fairing when I feel like it by hitting 5. And in fact, I can go to this. Oh, I can't take it out of the staging, so there we go. Oh, what's our inclination before it does that? No, no, no. Back to surface you go, please. Bring up that inclination a little bit more. In fact, if anything, go a little more this way. Now go on orbit. Orbit, 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 stinker. Oh, I'm not locked to prograde anymore. Ah, there we go. Okay, I overdid it. Okay, let's pay attention to what I'm doing. I overcooked the inclination a little bit. Oh, I can stage the fairing now. There we go. Back a little this way. There. Okay. Yeah, I could grab... Oh, there is a scanner on the rover. You're right, there is. And then just put it on the station. Ooh. There's a fun thought. There's a fun thought. Right, almost at 80 kilometers here. I can give more throttle, for goodness sakes. Now they're on the little spark engine. Okay, and 6 degrees inclination. I know I launched a little late, but it shouldn't be too far off. Half a degree difference from Minmus, but that's not a biggie. You need to do a proper scan with the M700 first. Okay, thanks. That's something I probably would have screwed up. It's been so... You know, it's funny. I did a whole video. I researched it all and looked at it all on how to do all the scanning and all that kind of stuff, and did a video on how to do all the research stuff. But I have since completely forgotten it because it's been so long. Ooh, I got to give a lot more throttle here. Jeez, I got to still raise my periapsis a lot. Pitch up. Pitch up. Whoa, 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 what'd I do? Oh, I'm hitting... What'd I do? Why do I have... I have no control of this thing. I didn't put an antenna on it. Oh, for goodness sakes. You guys are supposed to stop me from doing this dumb stuff. I got no probe control. I cut the throttle because my apogee was getting a little bit away on me, and now I suddenly have no... But this thing's not going to Minmus anyway. Oh, for goodness sakes. Let's try this again. Okay, you're going to die, so I'm just going to go back to the Space Center. Should probably strip parts anyways. Yeah, I might. But right now... Oh no, what did I do? What did I do? No antenna, no solar panels either. No batteries either. Oh my gosh. This is so ill-conceived. So, okay, solar panels. Oh my goodness. What a ding-dong. No batteries on this thing. Okay, put some batteries on it. Doesn't need much. Oh my god, I can't get used to the WASD. Sorry. There. I'm back to the stock camera thing. Okay, let's just put... Let's go down to 4-way symmetry, maybe? That's what I was thinking about. Will that fit into fairing? Sorta. Or I could go... Oh, the fairing's in the way. You're annoying. 2-way symmetry. I'm just slapping batteries on it now. And an antenna. Right there. Realize that's in the wrong spot. There. This needs to be on 1-way symmetry. There. Alright. Action groups. We can fix that part. Action group 5, we're going to deploy the fairing, and then we're going to move this to here. What? By the way, did that affect my DV at all? Not enough to worry about. No. And we're going to take the fairing, and we're going to take that out of the staging. Okay, is there anything else? Time for a checklist. Oh, yeah! Somebody, speaking of checklists, which I'm really bad at, somebody suggested a mod called Notes. There it is. Where they say it's really simple. Put notes here. So if I say, don't be such a doofus. I mean, often I'm taking notes beside me on paper. I got a whiteboard actually in here as well. And I could save that. This is my doofus note. So if I save that, now if I go to list of notes, there's my doofus note. This is, I like this. This is just nice and simple. And then you can write, I used to have Werner's checklist, but it was really just too cumbersome to work with. This is like just really simple. Just got to remember it's here. Okay? No, I know the checkbox checklist, but it's such a pain. And then no, I'd rather just have notes and just write notes to myself. I could just write like it's be easy enough to just make a checklist and just write it. But that's for a future me. Which means it'll never get done. Oh, let's launch again. Action group for deploying the antenna would be a good idea too. But I've already hit the launch button. All right. Celestial bodies, Minmus. Let's select it this way. Now again, I'm 9 minutes past my window. I don't care. We're going again. We're doing it. We're doing it. Let's just do it. Because rushing through things is the best best way to have everything go absolutely right. Okay, pitching over. Again, about 83 degrees I'm going to go for. Lock that to prograde. Ooh, 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 ooh. Just 84. A little further north. Look at that. Really wants to settle in there. 82. We'll go with 82 degrees this time for our heading. More boosters. Yes. Okay, so now at least I got something that, I mean, should honestly... I mean, that without batteries, solar panels, or antenna, obviously it had zero chances of ever getting to Minmus. So that was a great big, what were you thinking about? At least this thing looks like it can get there. Alright. How's my inclination doing? Inclination building. Inclination's already too much. So let's take our heading back a bit. Should probably just do it in a more efficient way than that. What's our inclination now? 5.8. Okay, that's cool. Stay at 5.8 for a while. And when it get... Okay, orbit and 6-degree inclination. Perfect. I like that. That's lovely. Okay. Yeah, no, I know having a phone app for that kind of thing. Again, I usually write things down on paper, but in the stream, it's just kind of nice to have something that's on screen so you guys can see it too. But maybe I will put together some sort of checklist of, you know, things not to forget. But you end up getting in here and you look at the time and you go, "Oh my gosh, I got 15 minutes left or so in this stream. I should really try and see how much I can get done." And then you end up being in much too much of a hurry. And you get yourself, oh wait, speaking of which, fairing, bonk, there we go. Okay, my inclination should still be 6. It is. Try and do a little bit of a better job. Okay, just about to lose our main booster here. There we go. Onto a little spark engine. A most underrated of engines, in my opinion. The solar, let's. I could have put this on an. I'm gonna deploy this antenna while I'm thinking about it. I think playing in hard mode too takes away some of the ground stations, so that's why I kind of did lose communication there for a little bit. Okay, we are almost at 80 kilometers on the Appalachians here. And cut. There we go. Because I think we gotta... If we look, do we have our little antenna, you know, little lines? See, I think it's really, I don't think there's another ground station over here. Though, I mean, it'd be sensible for the Kerbals to have built one. Or made a deal with another nation so they could have one there. I mean, if you're going to go and build ground stations, your first priority would be the first few you would need during your ascent, you would think would be very important. All right. Just gonna, don't need to put in much more, so I'm waiting till I'm very close to my apoapsis, and then we'll put in a little bit more, and then we'll be in an orbit. Okay, let's do this. Waited probably a little bit too long, but whatever. A little bit cockeyed, but that's okay. Okay, let's get ourselves to Minmus because I launched late. I got a 1.1 degree difference with Minmus, but we can deal. Where are you, Minmus? Over here. Oh, I got a relay pickup from somewhere. Did I put relays out here? This has been so long, I've forgotten. I guess I might have. Where's the relay button? That one. I did scatter relays around. Okay. But I didn't have an antenna up. That's why I ran into the problem. Ah! At some previous stage in this stream, I thought putting relays up would be a really good idea. Oh, got my Minmus intersect anyway. Listen it. There we go. A little bit less on here. Now, of course, our target is this station here. So you can see we're going to have to make a bit of a correction, but hardly a big deal. Oh, look at the tiny plane difference I have with the plane of the station, though, as I come in. Like, it's like I planned that, but I didn't. Just came out nice. Okay, let's do this, and then we are ready. We are ready. Yeah, corrections to Minmus are cheap, so that's why I didn't like... Am I going to time warp to the other side of the planet to get to the other window? And I went, no, I'm not going to do that. All right, 48 seconds to the burn. Feeling a little better about this thing now. You don't charge us money to get my... Yeah, no, I'm not going to charge money to get my attention. My attention's not worth it. I'm not kidding anybody. Now, I got to be honest. I'm not doing this... Like, the money... there's a little bit of money involved, and I'm not saying... It's not. I mean, I do have the ads on and stuff like that, but it's not like this is a career. I'm under no illusions that way. So I can be a lot more lackadaisical about those kind of things and people that are actually trying to make this into a job. So I'm not meaning to sound judgy of other people. 2 and 1 and go. All right. And we'll make this burn here and then... probably call this quits. I'm thinking for the stream, we're getting close to the 2-hour point. Took a couple of tries to get this guy going in the right direction, but it is going in the right direction now. Yeah, that's what happens when you take like a few weeks off. You just forget everything. Is it me or is this oh no, it has plenty of delta V. Never mind. It's getting paranoid. Let's just put it on there and go to view from here. At some point, we should be seeing our trajectory. Here it comes. There we go. I was saying, doesn't the plane look awesome? But in fact, we could be 180 degrees out. We're not. Okay, good. We're coming across this way, and the station, as it comes across the north, is going that. But that's not a big deal. All right, so closing that, putting that onto its normal vector here so it can catch some rays. But I'm looking at the time of the stream and I'm thinking, no, this might be a good place in which to end this one. Just a reminder, we do have RP1 videos coming out on Wednesday and Saturday as well. I am going to dive into the game Stationeers this Thursday. It'll be my first, well, that's not true. I've played with it a little bit, but it'll be my first time looking at it live with you folks. So thank you all for watching. Thank you everybody in the chat. Thank you everybody commenting and watching this at a later date. And of course, extra special thank you to the Patreon patrons and YouTube members who directly support this channel. Have yourself a fantastic week, and we'll see you all later. Bye everybody.